Welcome inside Bridgestone Arena. The Nashville Predators and the Philadelphia Flyers play here for the first time since mid-January of 2012. As they get their meeting here this evening, and Terry has the Toyota goaltenders for you.
For the visiting Flyers from Philadelphia, Steve Mason beat 8-8-2 record. And we know this gentleman very, very well from his days with the Columbus Blue Jackets when we went head-to-head against him in the nets. And for the home team, of course, Marek Mazonets gets the call tonight, 5-4-0. 2 shutouts in his last 6 starts.
And getting set to work this game for the NHL tonight, referees Denny LaRue and Dean Morton, linesman Tara Kamel and Matt McPherson. And there is Denny LaRue, who will drop the puck between Mike Fisher and Claude Giroux to get it started as it comes back to the Nashville D. Roman Josi is paired with Seth Jones to get it started. And as Kimmo Timonen goes back, it's an icing on Nashville. Here's the Vanderbilt Sports Medicine injury report for you tonight. Chris Pronger and Marc-Andre Bourdon on injured reserve. Eric Gustafson, Jay Rosehill, and ex-Predator Hal Gill. Coaches' decisions. Pekka Rinne and now Philip Forsberg, both on injured reserve. Shea Weber, Kevin Klein, and Rich Klug. Flyers control the draw. Voracek, another ex-Blue Jacket, lost control of the puck. Back in the lineup is Patrick Hornfest, who backhands it in. Braden Coburn up the wall for Hartnell. Hartnell wore 17 for Nashville, wears 19 for Philadelphia. Voracek cleared it out through center. In pursuit, Hartnell getting there first, Seth Jones. Scott Hartnell tries to show him what kind of stick he uses. As the puck is backhanded, and Victor Stahlberg back over for Seth Jones. So the Predators with the Legwand line out now, and now switching up D. Legwand a tap at it, missing to the short side. Coming down the right side for the Predators, Matthias Ekholm, who had been a scratch of late. He's out with Joe Piscola, who is wearing Alex Radiloff's old number 47. You thought you wouldn't hear that name again for a while, right? As the puck is frozen against the wall with 1:14 gone.
Head coach Barry Trotz, 3-0-2 in the last 5 games at home. And asking him this morning, Pete, about the absence of Kevin Klein and Shea Weber. And he said, well, one thing we'll do is we'll keep the game simple back there. He says, and we're going to have to ask our forwards to come back and help out with the, well, I guess the inexperienced defense corps mainly back there.
Right.
Not a whole lot of years experience, as we'll show you later on this evening.
Years, games, however you want to measure it. Going back to pick up Joe Piscola, playing his 11th NHL game. 5 for Los Angeles, 5 for Calgary. This is first for the Nashville Predators. Puck is kicked down low. Couturier for Reed. And Reed was stopped up right in front of the net by Marek Mazonets. Tapped by Ekholm up the right board. Held in play there. Coming down low with it was Nicholas Grossman, the ex-Dallas Star. And the puck squirts through center, rolling back into the Philadelphia end. 2 minutes off the clock in the first. Predators now with the Matt Cullen line out, and a milestone night for Matt Cullen here as well. Puck turned over to the line. Good pass by Ellis. A block there on the shot tried by Craig Smith. Simmons plays it into the Nashville zone down the right wing. Here's Smith. Put it back around the wall. Bartley comes over trying to get it. Simmons couldn't make the play from behind the net. Hooked up on the wall. Held for a moment there. And now the Predators come back 2-on-1. Smith the shot, and that one is stopped by Mason. Smith with the rebound, and it was tipped by a Flyer back through center into the Nashville zone. Braden Shen got the stick on that. Flyers now with Grossman playing out right wing side for Zach Rinaldo. Raffle went after it as well. Chipped away. Ex-Predator Adam Hall. They're all over the place here tonight.
In the
center for Philadelphia.
Like little reunions out there, Pete.
Yeah. Gostad. And now pounded into the zone there by Nystrom. Nystrom in the trapezoid, trying to make a play. Pinned against the wall as he does so. Ronaldo couldn't get it out, but they do finally play it away as Michael Raffle, the left winger, got it in deep. 3:43 off the clock here in the first. Ekholm plays it out past Ronaldo. Taken in and not quite getting a straddle on the line there. Patrick Hornqvist for the offside.
Scoring chance to come one for each. Right off the bat, Grosser makes a nice kick at the blue line, keeps it into Couturier. He spots all alone down low Reed, and Reed gets a good scoring chance. And right back comes Smith with Cullen, a 2-on-1. Smith takes the shot. Mason square to the puck on that one, but both ends first. Reed getting a scoring chance. As on it stops that one, and Mason says, well, my turn at the other end.
And off the pad, you heard that thump off the right pad of Steve Mason, who then covers up. How about this story on the bench, Terry?
Craig Berube, Pete. Now, you know him very well. He had 17 years with the organization. You can believe he's done about every job there is to do with them out there, Pete. And I love this one in him. In 17 NHL seasons, Pete, 3,149 minutes. Now, take a look at that gentleman right there.
Yes.
He added up the points. He ranked 7th in the NHL history in PIMS, penalty minutes. 7th in the whole history of the league. That's tough sledding, boy.
Yes, it is. It's not the easy way to earn your living.
Oh, man.
Flipped in over the shoulder of Hornqvist. He continues to pressure the play. Coburn couldn't handle it cleanly. Here's Colin Wilson going up the wall. Into that area behind the net. Chopped away by Hornqvist. He out after missing several games. Forcing back now, Braden Coburn. Another one of the defensemen out of the draft class of 2003. Here's Mike Fisher trying to settle down that bouncing puck. He runs into Coburn. Puck is taken by Yossi in deep. Now do they rotate back to cover up the point? Yes, Hornqvist goes back there. And Voracek flips it in. Seth Jones blocked it. Voracek got a piece of the stick on that. Hornqvist tries to pry it out. And given then, off on the side, Braden Shen. Play right in front, and Seth Jones calmly passed it away. Predators trying to break in now with the numbers. Off for Hornqvist, and Mason makes the stop, and a stab at the rebound. He secures that.
And, of course, we have a board meeting because number 27, Hornqvist, is on the ice. At the other end, Pete, Jones makes nice. Remember, it's one of our keys, net presence. Look at Jones. He's aware of the guy behind him. He blocks the puck, knows the guy's behind him, then he clears it, and right immediately down they come. A good scoring chance right off that one with both Hornqvist and Gabriel Bourque heading for the net. But what started that whole play was Jones at the other end getting good position on the Flyer player, blocked the puck and started the breakout.
To the left side of Mason. Matt Cullinan for the draw. Wins it back to Ellis. And his shot heavily off the pad of Mason. Steered out for Reed. Reed and Couturier. Couturier driving to the net, but the pass goes off the side of his skate. Cullen starts it back. And that will be a hybrid icing call against Nashville with 5:26 gone. If you missed it the other night, folks, this is where Captain Shea Weber was injured.
And one of those unfortunate bounces, the shot just ricochets off of a player and catches right up in the eye of Shea Weber. And he was off to the side and had no idea the puck was coming because it was away the other direction almost. Hit a player, glanced off, and Captain Shea Weber went immediately to the dressing room not to return and is not dressed this evening.
Yeah, that happened late in the second period here Thursday night. Quick shot off the sideboard. Mason sliding over to make the stop. So as a result of both the injury to Shea Weber and Kevin Klein, here are the defensive pairings to start tonight's game.
Roman Josi, he got a whole 116 games in NHL, Pete. Seth Jones has 26. Bartley has 44. Ellis, 88. He's got a whole bunch of them. Piscala has 10 NHL games. And Ekholm, he's got 21. That's a load of NHL games, Pete.
Okay, and how many does Kimmo Timonen have, Terry?
Kimmo Timonen has 1,054.
Amazing. Simply amazing.
No, 1,040. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I gave him a few extra because he will have them for the season's out. We were just talking about that.
39-year-old Kimmo Timonen.
Hey, you had a great story with Kimmo talking to Pekka Rinne today, didn't you, Pete, before they
Yes,
dropped the puck?
I was standing off to the side, and they were speaking in their native Finnish language. And then Kimmo turns over to me after they had had a few exchanges. He says he's not going to play again this season. And then Pekka goes, no, I did not say that.
So there's still a sense of humor among friends,
yes,
teammates, country mates, whatever. Kimmo Timonen was a captain of this hockey club, Pete, for a while. Yep. And what a leader, and what a nice person. Of course, most of them are nice guys.
And scored on the first penalty shot at Trident team history.
All right.
Here against the Montreal Canadiens.
And one thing about Kimmo, loves life, doesn't he?
Does he
Just
ever?
enjoys the game, enjoys life. Got a young lad, 14 years old, he said, is quite a little hockey player, he's telling us.
Well, he says he's not that little now. He says he's basically his size.
That still makes you little.
Oh.
Sorry, Kimmo. I was Pete saying that.
Yeah. Up left wing side, angled into the Flyers zone from center. That was Matt Hendricks, Stu Grimson's pregame guest. He played that one in. Coming back now. And it is taken by Raffle and just sort of flipped back to the Nashville zone. Piscala with the puck on his stick. Chipped into the Philadelphia zone. Now the Predators making a change. 6 minutes and 40 seconds have been played. Predators have outshot the Flyers 4-1. Seth Jones, his pass was blocked there by Hall.
Whoa.
And then a shot ricocheted on net that was going to go wide to the short side and had to be handled by Mazanets. They played 6 minutes and 50 seconds. And the Predators and the Flyers are 0-0 in Smashville.
Now it's time for the Hunt Brothers. Off select Bridgestone Arena suites, events, and Nashville Predators tickets and merchandise also. For more information, hey, just call 615-770-7800. Visit NashvillePredators.com. Hurry, because the sale ends tomorrow night at 5 p.m. And wear the gold with pride.
We have deals for you. Yes, we do.
Petey. You stayed up all night figuring out those deals for the people. You're such a giving person.
Hey, it's that time of year, my man. Off the face-off, Victor Stahlberg goes cross ice. Here come the Predators. Gaustad with a shot. That was blocked. Comes down in the corner. Stahlberg with the stop of the trapezoid. Timonen gets position on him. And then it's lobbed over for Legwand to the right point in Ellis. Bangs it off the end board. Lazaros was going after it. Redirected in front of the net by Gaustad. Left point. Bartley, delayed penalty call coming up on Philly. So the Predators are going to get the power play here at 7:25 of the opening period.
And somebody being called for hooking. We'll see who the referee picked on.
Philadelphia, number 10, 2 minutes, hooking.
Braden Shen, number 10.
Not to get confused with his brother.
Come on down, or come on over. So it just gets the stick just up around the waist. And all you got to do, Pete, is almost lay the stick on a player's waist now. And they call you for hooking. That one and taking a hand off your stick is really a no-no. So Predators go on the power play.
First power play of the night for either side. And the power play will again have Yossi paired with Seth Jones. Up front, Legwand, Fisher, and Hornqvist again. Banked for Seth Jones. Quickly returned right half board. Over the head and over everybody, really, as that one went scooting through back to the Nashville zone. Matt Reed is on now as a penalty killing forward with Zach Rinaldo. Hooked back right point and played low by Jones. And throwing that puck length of the ice there was Luke Schenn.
So far, Pete, the Flyers just doing a very simple job of making them dump it in, getting possession rather.
Cullen with the shot, and Mason didn't see that, Terry, as it came off his blocker side.
Again, perfect positioning. Isn't that what goalies tell you?
Yep.
No, I was in the right position.
I didn't give
see
him
it,
a
but I
darn
was
thing.
there.
Yeah. Trying to take the puck through the defense now. It is Craig Smith. Ellis. Are they going to exchange positions out there? Here is Ellis. Down the side. Bourque. Smith up front along with Wilson. Looking for a play. Bourque. Under 10 to go in the power play. Colin Wilson looking. Peeling back. And the time is up on the power play. Ellis' shot blocked out. And away it came almost directly to Braden Shen for a break. One shot on net for Nashville during that advantage. And as Mazanec came out to challenge the play, they almost had it behind him. Here's Mazzaro. That one is blocked out to center. Mark Streit fanned on trying to dump it back in the Nashville end. Poked at. Stahlberg in pursuit. Beat Mazzaros to the puck in the corner. There was a good example of his speed. Puck flipped up to center. Voracek comes on, and Giroux driving down the middle offside. 10:03 gone. We're in the first period. Predators did not score in the power play. It is still Nashville and Philadelphia. 0-0.
We're here with Victor Bartley on the Preds bench. Victor, Steve Mason's going pretty well at the other end. Judging by you bombing away from the blue line, you're trying to get everything you can at him here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. That's our game right away. Get pucks to him, get traffic. Hopefully rebounds pop out, and we got to put them in.
In spite of the fact that the Philadelphia Flyers have the second fewest goals for in the Eastern Conference, still some threats to be aware of over there.
Absolutely. You know what? They got 4 full lines of offense there. We got to be ready each and every shift to be able to go hard every single time.
Thanks for this, Victor.
Thank you.
There you have it, Pete and Terry. In spite of their low production so far, still some guys to be aware of. LeCavalier, Giroux, Reed. Up to you, Pete and Terry.
They have the names, do they not?
Did he say up to you? Is it up to us to stop him?
I think so. That's what it sounded like.
Thanks, Dewey.
Hornquist trying to put it in front for Colin Wilson. Puck still free. Wilson wants to center it back. Blocked by the reach there of Coburn. Seth Jones realized he did not have a lane through which to shoot. Colin Wilson jabbed over on the right side. Yossi tries to settle it down. Away from the pressure of Scott Hartnell. Giroux comes away with the puck. Outlets to Voracek. Hartnell follows up into the Nashville zone. Voracek. Long time with the Columbus Blue Jackets like Mason. And the puck flipped out. Grossman got it back over his defense partner, Mark Streit. Ex-Islander and Canadian. Here is Streit. Rolls it to the corner. Braden Shen went after it. Turns to his forehand as LeCavalier, and that one bounces away. Sent out here for David Legwand. Legwand across the line, had him just where he wanted, 1-on-4.
He had them surrounded.
Here's Wayne Simmons. Former Los Angeles King came over in the Mike Richards deal. Off the bench, keeping the puck in play down low. Luke Shen. Puck is backhanded to the line. LeCavalier was minimally successful in keeping it alive there. Stahlberg accelerates into the Flyer zone. Stahlberg shot, rebound given up, and flipped right back out in front. And the Flyers come away with it. Michael Raffel, the Austrian native.
You and I were just talking a couple seconds ago, Pete, in that break, the fact that, hey, the rebounds are there tonight. Mason isn't even the rebounds. Now, the second part of that you mentioned, we've got to get to them.
Get them, yes.
We got to arrive and find those rebounds because he is leaving them out there for you.
Matt Hendricks dragging the puck till everybody got back on side. 7-3 the shots on goal favoring Nashville with this extraordinarily young defense out there. Shot in the tough angle. No rebound came right in front again as Hendricks tried to get to it. And it's secured, and now we're going to have a little scrap. Ronaldo and Coburn, along with Adam Hall, all on the scene in the orange and black. There is Braden Coburn. And the try from the left side. And yeah, Matt Hendricks, I guess you could say, tried to clear the guy out so he'd have a clear shot at the puck. Cross-checking the call. on Matt Hendricks, and now the Flyers will have the power play.
So, Petey, we got now penalty kill. Predators have killed 19 straight. Philadelphia power play have scored in 8 of their last 9 games. By the way, on the road, the power play has scored a goal in their last 6 road games. Here we go, head-to-head.
Yeah, let's see how it works out.
Let's see how it comes, Bubba.
Timo Timonen at 1 point on the power play. A sight with which I believe you all are quite familiar. Timonen playing it low, and Hartnell goes back to track it down. Taken back out almost to center point. This is Claude Giroux working the half board. Quickly firing the shot, and the puck was behind Mazanec, and somehow or another they pile up on top of it.
You can't miss those.
No
That's
way.
impossible to miss that shot where the puck was.
How?
And I hope we see an overhead to show our fans. That puck was, the net was wide open. The puck was laying there.
Scott Hartnell doesn't believe it.
Take a look, and I don't know if it was Simmons or not. There, here we go.
Voracek.
Oh,
It almost kicked in by Mazanec on top of it.
Mazanec threw his pad out, stopping number 93, Voracek, from getting to look. And then Voracek throws it right through the crease, out the other side. So inadvertently, Mazanec made the save with his pad, not knowing he was making it. This you gotta like, Saturday Night in Smashville.
To paraphrase Jack Buck, when Kirk Gibson came up in the '88 World Series, I don't believe what I just saw.
Okay, fun and games, as long as you're not the guy down there in the goal crease.
Right. Or the Flyers, who can't believe it either. The shot by Timonen deflects away. Voracek effectively playing the point, and the puck kicked right in front. That was Hartnell in front of the net again, as the puck is flung back in the Philadelphia zone. What a lively first 20 seconds for Philadelphia on their power play. Flyers with the chances already have 3 shots on this power play with 1 minute off. Hartnell back for Timonen. All the way over right side, Voracek. Banks it off the end board, comes to Giroux, end line extended to Timonen, and that deflects off Nystrom to the corner. Voracek jabs it back. Nystrom has to go to the bench for another stick. He's back in the play. Giroux from the half board. Simmons in front of the Nashville net. Timonen off right side, trying to get it through for Hartnell. Jabbed at Giroux, played back for Voracek. He elects not to shoot, gives to Timonen. Now the one-timer by Voracek, stopped by Mazanec. Here's Timonen. Center point, the try, tipped away. Simmons tried to put it in front. Voracek holds on to it. Threw it right into the mess in front of the net. It is jabbed off Timonen. Comes to Giroux. Down on the ice there was Ekholm. Giroux put it in front, and Simmons couldn't put it home.
Again through the crease.
And going off the ice, not seeing the puck coming out, Voracek. Oh, my. Oh, my. It's going to be too many men on the ice. Flyers had 5 shots and a wake-up call. Predators and the Flyers still 0-0.
Welcome back into Bridgestone Arena. Stu Grimson on the main concourse just outside Section 114 with Mike Murray of the Knoxville Ice Bears. Mike, another fine Canadian product, migrated down to the south, had a number of stints with a number of different iterations of the Knoxville Ice Bears. What's your role today?
Well, actually, I'm the president and general manager of the Knoxville Ice Bears over on the east side of the state. We're obviously the one of 2 professional teams in the south, and we do what's done over here, try to, grow the game of hockey through the youth programs, and we're very proud to do it. It's all about entertainment in the South, and we're happy to be a part of it.
Tell us about how Tennessee's other professional ice hockey team interacts with the Nashville Predators. How's that relationship work?
Well, actually, during the lockout last year, we were privileged enough to come over here and play in front of almost 8,000 people, and our guys were excited. It was great to showcase what our brand is like, and, the partnership between the Preds and the Ice Bears has flourished over the year, and we look forward to it going forward.
Thanks for this, Mike. Good luck to you and the rest of your group this year.
Thanks, Stu. Appreciate it.
Pete and Terry, back up to you guys.
All right. And Terry, didn't you once coach against a team on which Mike Murray played in the Ontario League?
Yes, I did.
A nice play in front, but they couldn't lift the puck over Mason, who was down in the goal crease.
He played for London Knights.
Yeah. And you had Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds.
Yes, I did. Played against, or coached against him, rather.
You had some big boys on that team.
He said so.
Yeah.
He said we were meanies. We weren't meanies. We're just misunderstood youths.
I understand.
That's what we were.
Here's Patrick Hornqvist coming in. Just under a minute remaining. Off the bench, but outside the line, the pass came to Roman Josi. So he retreats, all the while needing to stay away from the forechecking provided there by Michael Raffle. Legwand steps in. Fades left. Reed is on with Raffle, and the puck between the 2-point men. So too many men on the ice called against Philadelphia at the conclusion of their power play.
And that's a perfect example, Peter, when they had too many men on the ice. Once you make your move to go to the bench, keep coming. Don't change your mind.
Yeah.
Because the guy that's taking your spot, he's coming. The minute he sees you're coming, he doesn't want to be late. He's jumping the boards.
Jean Couturier to Timonen, blocked in front, Seth Jones. Couturier yesterday afternoon had a shorthanded goal in the Flyers' 2-1 win over Winnipeg. Shovel down the right side, and now the power play over. Predators did not get one on net during that man advantage. So they are nothing of 2. Flyers nothing of 1. Couturier's play broken up. Comes back for Reed in the score. A pass was blocked. Matt Reed got it and drilled it into the Nashville net at 16:49.
As you mentioned, Pete, the shot was blocked, and Giroux just walked right in.
Yes.
And did he hammer that thing? The defensive play when the shot was almost like he wanted to let the shot get through.
Yeah.
And I think
it is Giroux. My miscall there.
And I think our number 42, Ekholm, actually was the one who blocked it. Then he shoved it ahead. And when Ekholm shoved it ahead, he shoved it just so that he couldn't get to the reach of it. But I'll tell you who did get a hold of it was Claude Giroux.
He's been the center of the Flyers' top line now for several seasons. When the Predators last played Philadelphia, the right wing was a guy named Jaromir Jagr. And Hartnell on the left side.
A scoring machine.
Yeah. And the man who has made the purchase of more different jerseys necessary for various hockey fans around the country who follow him. Wayne Simmons puts it behind the net. Bounced away from Schenn. Here is Simmons. So Giroux gets his 4th at 16:49 as the puck comes back in the Philadelphia zone. 2:33 remaining in the first. Simmons back in on the attack. Poked away behind LeCavalier. Down the right wing with it. Trying to get it back. Here's the try there taken by Ekholm, and that deflected away. Steve Downey failed to clear it out. Poked away from Eric Neisman. In the corner now, given to Fisher, and Fisher comes right back on the feed out of the corner by Patrick Hornqvist to tie it up at 17:49. So exactly a minute later, the Predators tie it up.
And that's what you're looking for, Pete, to answer the bell quickly. And that's what Mike Fisher does for his hockey club. Flyers getting one, just a minute or so ahead of it, and then right back in they come. Hornqvist in the corner, just a little feed to Fisher. And I got to tell you, Pete, that goal will take it, but Mason's got to be irritated with himself. Fisher wasn't even waiting on that. The minute that Hornqvist threw that puck to him, almost on the face-off dot, almost reminds you of the Olympic goal, the big one.
Yes.
Where the goalie wasn't quite prepared for. So Fisher ties it back up, Pete, immediately.
2 assists given on the Flyer goal, even after the pass was blocked.
I was just thinking, they're not going to give 2 assists, are they?
Yes, they are.
Because Ekholm blocked it and shoved it ahead.
Couturier and Voracek get the assist.
Oh, man.
And Fisher's is from Hornqvist. 1-1 our score here. 1:45 to go in the first period. From left wing side, played up the center by Mazzaros, and now back in the Nashville zone. So Mike Fisher picks up goal number 6 as we have an icing against Nashville. Let's take a look at that Predators game equalizer.
And again, Pete, this is forechecking. If Hornquist is first in the corner, he just throws it immediately. He saw that Fisher had just an opening, not a whole lot of time. Put it right on his stick. And then Fisher actually, Pete, when I looked at it the second time, he used a screen.
Yeah.
He used a defenseman for a good screen through him. And I don't think Mason saw that puck coming, in all fairness to
Agreed.
Mason.
Put right in front of the net by Smith for Cullen, who was breaking in. Couldn't quite get there. Couturier. Then Reed. And now picked back up by Smith, who backhands in. Spaulding goes to the corner after it with Grossman right in front. And the try there by Matt Cullen is handled, held up against the chest by goaltender Steve Mason.
So, Pete, the one thing we have seen here in the first period from the Nashville team that we didn't see the other night against Edmonton was a lot more pressure to the net, a lot more traffic to the net, and a lot more pucks on net. And I think somebody is realizing that the more rubber they're throwing at Mason, the more he is leaving some rebounds out there in the loose puck. So tonight, here in the first period, Nashville, I think, doing a way better job. First, getting the puck to net, and then getting people in front of it. Young Bourque, he's had about 3 good tips.
They're matching up on your keys as one puck just sort of skipped in on Mason, and he didn't see that till almost the last possible instant. Here come the Flyers back on the attack. Long in, and now Giroux to the end wall. Hartnell, as the Flyers try to cycle, forced out higher than they would have wanted. Voracek leaving it for Giroux, tapped away from him. And the Predators, Colin Wilson comes out with it. Here is Fisher. Coming on later was Hornqvist. The pass across ice. Yossi tried to get to it, comes up to Voracek. Voracek took the pass from Timonen. He's given a rough ride into the end boards there by Mike Fisher. 17 seconds to go in the period. Yossi and Hornqvist playing a little two-man game. Off the end board, tapped away on the right wing. Trying to make a play on it there is Gabriel Bourque. Ekholm stops it, gives it inside. Stallberg with the shot. Another swipe across. And Bourque's stick was being held up off the ice as time runs out on a very lively first period. Predators and the Flyers tied at 1 after 20 minutes of action here at Bridgestone Arena. And the shots favor Nashville. They had 13 on Steve Mason, and Marek Mazanec faced 11 from Philadelphia. 1-1 at the end of 20. Stay tuned. Our first intermission coverage upcoming in just a few moments.
If you're looking for omens in this 1-1 game after one, the Predators 4-1 when Mike Fisher scores a goal. With that, we send it back down to Stu Grimson, who's with the coach. Stu?
Thanks, Mark. Outside the Preds locker room with Coach Trotz after one period. Coach Kevin Klein is out. Shea Weber is out. That's 49 minutes of ice time to spread around. How do you like the way the defensive corps has handled that through the first period?
Well, I think they've done fairly well. Our forwards are doing a good job, getting them good outs. They're going back. They're managing the puck. See if we can do it the second period. It's a 60-minute game, so we're going to need everybody to make sure that we're managing the puck really well. I thought they did a fairly good job. So first period, I thought we skated pretty well, but really gave them all the momentum on that power play. That they got all the momentum back. So unnecessary penalty 200 feet away from our net.
Thanks for this, Coach. Good luck in the second.
All right, take care.
Okay, that's Coach Trotz after one. Back to you, Pete and Terry.
All right, Stu. Appreciate it. So the goal scorers on the left, Claude Giroux of Philadelphia. On the right, Mike Fisher of Nashville. And any number of non-goal scorers from that scramble around the net earlier on in the Flyers' power play about midway through the first. Reds outshoot the Flyers 13-11 in the first 20 minutes and ready to get things started here. And underway with the second. This is Braden Coburn. He came to the Flyers from the Atlanta Thrashers. Steve Downey. He started out the year with the Colorado Avalanche, and then on Halloween was traded to the team wearing the Halloween colors, Philadelphia Flyers. Comes back into the Flyers zone. Here is Cullen, and Cullen drawing the puck back, just missed the net. Flyers counter. Looking for Giroux, bounced away in front, and that was behind Scott Hartnell.
And that attests to the fact you just said, Pete, about only 2 goals scored, but lots of funny chances around the net here this evening, that being one of them.
Yes, it was. That one bouncing off. Roman Josi backpedaling in the Nashville end. Here's Mark Straight. Down the boards and back inside the Nashville line. Josi gets it back from Seth Jones. Flyers doing a pretty good job there jamming center ice. And the puck swept away, but held in the zone then with the efforts of Patrick Hornqvist. Taken out by Downey. Downey cranking one, deflects off Seth Jones. Up and out of play. And is everybody okay down there? Let's get to our Coors Light Cold Hard Facts, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
And the gentleman you're looking at there, number 7, Matt Cullen, his 1100th game tonight. He's the 23rd U.S.-born player to reach 1100 games, Pete. And he's the only active U.S. player with more games. Hal Gill has 1,105. We had Hal Gill, but remember him?
Yes, and he is a scratch tonight for Philadelphia, so
yes,
he is in the building. Pass down low.
You couldn't miss him.
No.
He is in the building. He's a big man.
Victor Bartley trying to work in as the puck up off the wall, and Simmons passes to center, where it's intercepted by Ellis. Around behind the net, swept up the board. Mazzaros lost his balance, and then, and we are always worried about this, as that puck came right up in the face of Braden Shen. The Flyers trainer comes out.
We lost our captain the other night to one of those. Shea Weber with a puck being deflected off.
And you can see here Braden Shen does wear a visor.
So the puck is shot in, and he doesn't see it coming across, Pete.
No.
His partner, his other player, skates right across in front of him just as the puck was shot, sort of screening his view. And he just couldn't get a look at it coming across, so let's hope he's all right. You'd never like to see them up and around. You don't want to see anybody hurt at any given time. But a puck up around the face, scary.
I guess we could say, how come it doesn't happen more frequently?
Yes. But they are mandatory now, the visors.
For everyone coming in.
I like the rule. I really do. Being old school, I still like that rule.
Matt Reed comes in, but then swept away. Good play, Matthias Ekholm. Now Piscotty coming up, playing his first game for the Nashville Predators. Cullen continues to carry on. Tried to put it in front. Out high it comes. That shot deflects away. Craig Smith slipped it in front, but off the paddle down of Mason. Down the left wing. That puck comes free for Ekholm. Pass back to Kimmo Timonen. Timonen looking for the play. He's so patient with the puck. Ronaldo comes over. And the puck is reversed. Predators left. Through center, and Timonen back to retrieve. 2:45 off the clock in the second period. Flyers changing up their forwards. The long pass for Reed. Reed. Piscotty tries to make sure he stays back of the net. Passes to the left half wall. And now Mazzaros' shot broken up in front. Mike Fisher has the rebound for Nashville. Fisher moves in. His shot in the tough angle. Mason is able to stick that away. Popped up onto the side for Couturier. And then sent out for Reed again. Couturier goes in deep after it to the right corner. Reverses. Seth Jones is there. Up the wall for Hornqvist. Hornqvist to center. Poked off his stick. Downey tried to get it by Hornqvist. And now it's back in the Nashville end as the Flyers change up. Pass was blocked right there, and it comes out high behind the defenseman pinching in. So the Predators get a chance to come back. Fisher a try, and he had Josi, the defenseman, down in front of the net.
Josi joined the rush, Pete, and he figured, you know what? I'm this far down now. I might as well just keep going. Somebody cover up for me because I'm going deep.
Seth Jones for Josi. Tipped in by Stallberg. And the hybrid icing called against Nashville.
Hey, join us Tuesday as the Preds face off against Western Conference foe Vancouver. Buy tickets in the Twice Daily Fan Zone and get 2 lower bowl tickets and a twice daily voucher for $105 or 2 upper bowl tickets and a twice daily voucher for $55. Puck drops at 7 p.m. and tickets are available at NashvillePredators.com or by calling 615-770-7800.
Puck shot up to center, tipped off through the circle. Behind Bourque, but taken by Legwand. Misses the net to the short side. Ståhlberg with Timonen, and he sent it back to the point, but it goes well behind Josi, and this is not an icing call. It's the Predators sending it back in their own zone. Josi had Voracek on one side, Giroux on the other. Puck out to center. Here's David Legwand. Tried to go behind the back, but Ståhlberg was in offside with 4:40 gone.
So I'm thinking right now, Pete, the unit out there said, I think I'm going to get off the ice before I hurt myself. Everything going
good
wrong.
point.
Everything was going wrong out there. They were just
Terry,
sort of
look up on the
missing it, doing
Megatron.
it. Uh-oh.
There's an old Philadelphia Flyers.
You're going to
soft
get
drink
booed
can.
for that one, Petey.
Yeah.
They'll be giving you a boo on that one, I'll tell you right now. You can't do that.
Wonder how much the collector had to pay for that.
No kidding. 48 cents.
I think thousands of dollars.
Canadian.
Right, went away. That pass off the end board and pulled away by Bartley. They try to center and just nudged ahead by Ellis for Matt Hendricks. Hendricks flips it in. Left wing corner, Eric Nystrom. Bartley couldn't keep it away from Simmons, and Simmons is quick. Simmons trying to feed it to the man breaking down the middle, and that did not work. Predators got a break there. Flyers changing their personnel. So Hartnell and Cullen each with 4 shots on net to this point. Predators have the advantage 16-12 with over 5.5 gone in the second period. Back of the Nashville net. Mazanec is down anticipating a play. Cullen whacked it out past Craig Smith. And I thought there was an offside play there.
That wasn't icing. Like, no matter how you wave it.
Well, I thought it could be offside, too.
And he threw. Okay. Play continues.
Yes, for no apparent reason. Here's Ronaldo with the shot, and gloved and held by Marek Mazanec. 6:04 played, second period. It's still 1-1 with the Flyers. Folks, just married down there in the corner here at Bridgestone Arena. On the left, the former Emily Davidson, and on the right, and on the left, her husband, Jeff Miller, a former Red Wings fan who has been converted by Emily, who once was nanny for Predator Cliff Ronning here in town. And Cliff Ronning was in town for the wedding today, and I guess he's going to be with us Tuesday for Alumni Day and Night here at Bridgestone Arena. So congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Jeff Miller. Hockey is all about relationships. Puck tipped at center and flung into the zone by Roman Josi. Josi and Seth Jones, and I know you don't necessarily like this, but statistically on a pace to play 27 minutes tonight. As we have some pushing and shoving ensuing a try at the Flyer goal. And yes, number 27 is out there for Nashville.
Of course he is.
Patrick Hornqvist.
Of course he is.
Everybody's saying what? What's the problem? Let's watch that unfold again. Fisher trying to flip it there, and Hornqvist trying to make a play. And shoved back, and now there's going to be a penalty on it.
So Braden Coburn, I guess, was the guy who got the final shot in on Patrick. Dumping him on, as you say, Peter's Keister. Giving Nashville a chance to go on the power play. So they call it roughing. Okay.
So power play number 3 for Nashville. Coburn. You can write down roughing. I put down dumping, because that's what he did. He dumped Patrick Hornqvist. Hornqvist there on the forecheck in the corner. Couturier goes over. Back to center ice it goes. Predators have had one shot on net on their prior times with the man advantage. Josie drops back for Jones. Legwand, late man up. Terry, remember how we had remarked earlier the picket fence set up at the blue line in a previous Nashville game? Same thing done by Philadelphia.
Philadelphia doing the same thing in the penalty kill, Pete. They're just defying you to try and break through it. And I guess if you do, you're home free. But if not, they're right on top of you.
Josie in deep. Here's Fisher. Seth Jones is back, and rotating back was Hornqvist as that puck goes out of play into the Predators bench.
So far, Pete, doing the best planning is the penalty kill.
Without question. So a minute 5 remaining on the penalty as the Flyers change up the penalty killing, and Matt Cullen goes to the linesman, Matt McPherson. Okay, now what exactly was called there since the puck went out of play into the bench?
Are they claiming it didn't hit a player?
That's what I'm wondering here.
Yeah. So
they'll just face it off.
Yeah, the referee says, let's face it, center ice guys. Drop the puck. We haven't got time to go all this foolishness.
I don't want to go through all the subsections of the rule book right now.
And to finish my thought,
yes,
the reason that the Flyers penalty kill, Pete, they're closing the gap. They're not afraid to get up in your face in that neutral zone. Which, if you're going to do that, you got to be a speed team.
Yes.
You better have good wheels out there and you're pulling that one off.
Stick just dropped by Michael Raffel. He has to hustle back to the Flyer bench. Colin Wilson. 47 seconds to go on the advantage. Puck came right out in front, but it is fired down the wall into the Nashville end. Mazarek set it up there. Right wing side, and 30 seconds left on the power play. Wilson enters with some speed. To the right half wall, Bourque, and his pass was intercepted, put right on the Flyer stick. Couturier. Couturier tries to stick handle past Matt Cullen.
I didn't even see if Couturier, I didn't even see him go over and tank him.
He should have, shouldn't he?
That was a perfect tape-to-tape pass from the Predator player on his stick. He didn't even pause to thank him.
You would think the ethics of the game.
Yeah, I'd be caught better than that.
Predators did not get a shot on goal in the power play, but on the follow-up, Mason had a little anxious moment there trying to secure that puck.
Hey, I got Lids Pack for you. That means get 6 games for the price of 5 with the all-new Lids Holiday 6-Pack. Choose between 2 great packages that include the best remaining games of the 2013-14 season and receive a Lids discount card. To purchase, visit the ticket sales kiosk inside Bridgestone Arena or call 615-770-7800 or go to NashvillePredators.com/6-pack.
It's that easy.
Just giving you deals everywhere. Pete and I are in a good holiday mood for you.
Are we ever? Particularly after our Thanksgiving Day's feast.
Yes.
Here comes the puck back toward Ekholm. Didn't have a clear lane.
Whoa.
Hendricks hit very hard there in the corner. Puck bounced away, came off Hendricks' backhand, held in by Bartley. Victor Bartley with the shot, knocked down in the right circle. Trying to get it to David Legwand, and the trapezoid slid past him. As the Flyers, Luke Schenn, as his brother who was hit earlier, out to center and backhanded down the left wing and icing against Philadelphia with 9:04 gone in the period. All the scoring in the first, a goal apiece, separated by 60 seconds. Claude Giroux is fourth after a Predator turnover at 16:49, and then Mike Fisher from Patrick Hornqvist at 17:49. Flyers get their 5th skater out off the bench. To the right side of Steve Mason, and the puck came over wide with it and flipped to the zone, causing the droppage of the stick, but recovered now by Seth Jones. Mike Fisher flips in, tries to get beyond Streit. Now Piscula backhands to the end board, and it bounded away from Mike Fisher. Out for Steve Downey. Chop from him. Here comes Hornqvist breaking in. Penalty call coming up. as Hornqvist got the shot away against Mason. So, Terry, you were talking about among your keys, forechecking and net presence. A little bit of both right there.
And Hornqvist again, Pete, doing it on the spot, jumping in. But again, Pete, I'll listen.
Philadelphia, number 32, 2 minutes, hooking.
Thank you.
So that'd be Mark Streit.
Got it. And again, Wilson, nice forechecking on the board, spotting Hornqvist coming in, and Hornqvist being hooked a little bit from behind. And again, Pete, remember the other night against the Oilers, how many good shots we had?
Oh, man.
Right in the middle of the oil drop. And the oil drop, right in the middle of the goalie's chest.
So very difficult there to get it through the logo.
I mean,
on
even
the
you
chest.
and I in that, Pete, if we just stand there and hit us in the stomach, I have never seen a puck in all my years go through a body yet. I've seen a lot of funny things, but I've never seen
Not that. There's one off the chest of Marek Mazanec. Now carried back up ice, Matt Cullen. Predators on their 4th power play. Cullen off right in front. Oh, and how did Colin Wilson miss it? Wilson had a lot of empty net in front of it. And the puck bounced away from Wilson back into the Nashville end. Mazanec goes over toward the corner, but stays away from the no-goalie zone.
Whoa, Peter, you're right. What a great chance that was. Open net, power play.
From behind the net comes over, and the Flyers will be able to skate it out.
Wilson missed that one, Pete, and Cullen set him up beautiful.
Yeah. Puck tapped on Marek Mazanec, and he gives it up to his D.
I gotta tell you, right now the count is on this power play for Nashville, or the 4-on-4 rather. It's 2 good ones for Philly, 1 for the home team.
Right. But that didn't result in a shot on net, according to our shot counter.
I know. They're just up and down trading chances here now.
Yeah. Shot blocked wide by Josi.
Fans like it.
Yes.
Coaches don't. Goalies don't.
They don't need their whole seat, I'll tell you that much. Puck was dropped for Legwand by Josi. Legwand coming on. Stopped the puck. Tosses back right side. Josi getting in position now. Seth Jones to take the pass. Return to Josi. 18 seconds left in the power play, but Ronaldo clears the puck off the boards. And the fans more than a little bit restless. Josi carries ahead. Chipped in Spaulding, but not all the way. And the power play is over. No shots for Nashville on that one. 4 power play chances, but with this young group out here, and that's primarily the defense, just 1 shot on goal. Nystrom comes on. Nystrom still with the puck. Here's Fisher for Spaulding. Point blank stopped. Get back now, and that shot misses the net by Ellis.
Well, one thing, Pete, that you cannot say if you're the Nashville Predators, you didn't have chances.
Correct.
Because in the last 5 minutes, they've had about 4, 5 good scoring chances. Just can't find the range.
I don't know if good is enough to say.
I could say solid.
Yeah, outstanding.
Or
yeah.
point blank.
Yes, sir. Giroux for Voracek. Voracek squeezed against the wall. Voracek got some help. Here's Hartnell, and he had a shot that missed the net.
Talking about point blank scoring chances,
There's
Hartnell
another.
has one in the slot.
Off the boards to the left side of Marek Mazanec, and the puck out across the Nashville blue line. Mark Streit, free agent acquisition in the offseason, formerly with the Islanders and the Canadiens, off that Swiss Olympic team that has surprised so many. Mazanec played it over to his left. Taken away from Josi. Flyers buzzing around, back to the line, and that shot is blocked. And the Predators, Victor Stahlberg breaking in. Stahlberg held against the wall there by Luke Schenn. Jabbed back in the zone by Gaustad. Predators momentarily had them outnumbered. Gaustad picks up. The point men are both in. Here's Seth Jones. Wrister, and that one blockered away by Mason. Picked up, thrown toward the net. Taken by Nystrom. Jabbed away from LeCavalier. Tried to put it right in front. Did Gaustad, and then the puck is fired wide from in tight. Here's Gaustad again. Turning is Hendricks. Gaustad A little behind the back pass and broken up as Raffle played it back toward the bench area of the Philadelphia Flyers, who bang it in. 6 minutes remain in the period.
Both goaltenders, Pete, must be wondering, hey guys, is anybody coming back to the slot area in these zones? Is anybody concerned that they're getting these point-blank shots at us in the slot?
Do you recognize this jersey, guys?
Yeah. Do you know your teammates?
14:09 gone in the second. It's still 1-1 with Philadelphia.
Welcome back into Bridgestone Arena. We're here on the bench with Coach Lambert. Coach, number of power play opportunities for your Predators staff here tonight. Are you comfortable with the looks this group is getting so far?
No, we have to generate more on the power play. And actually, if you look at both the power play and the penalty killing, we need to win the special teams battle. And I felt like they generated momentum off of their power play in the first period with 5 shots. And, we haven't had enough good looks for the amount of power plays we've had. We've got to turn that around, and that's going to be a decisive factor in this game.
Thanks for this, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Stu.
Okay, there you have it, Pete and Terry. Significant power play advantage in favor of the Preds so far. Handful for the home side, just 1 for the Philadelphia Flyers on the other hand. Back up to you guys.
All right, yes, 4 power play opportunities for the Predators, and they go the full 2 minutes each.
Well, the plus on that is, Pete, they're doing something to create power play chances, which the coaches were lamenting for a few games they weren't doing.
Correct.
Now, the rest of that equation is finish off.
Couturier there to Reed, and that one stopped by Mazanec. Flipped in Cullen. Here's Craig Smith. Down toward the corner. Cullen comes out on his backhand. He got knocked down as he flipped it wide. Nick Spaulding. Smith. And Cullen, you could hear calling for the puck. Didn't get much on it. Tipped in as Mason is able to cover up.
Just before that, Pete, Reed had a great scoring chance. Matt Reed, hey, this guy's got 8 goals already. You better have your head in a swivel coming in. Look at this one. Nobody picks up. I mean, it's 5-on-5 out there. You cannot. I mean, the most dangerous spot in the whole ice, you're taught from when you're 3 years old, is the slot area. Yeah. Probably 80% of the goals are scored from the slot area. How can you not have somebody saying, okay, I'm looking around, I think I better watch the slot area. Matt Reed walked in that time, Pete.
Oh, man.
And Mazanec made a big save on him again, point blank.
Here's Hornqvist forcing it in on Timonen. Shot in the tough angle. Mason was down to stop. Voracek pulls the puck out of the Philadelphia zone. Around Yossi Hartnell. Up the left board. And Hornqvist, good play turning around to give the puck to Roman Yossi. Yossi so far, folks, with 4 minutes to go in the second, has played just over 16 minutes. And Seth Jones is not going to be far behind. In the corner is Seth Jones right now with Gabriel Bourque. Leguan gets the puck coming out of the corner. Curls back with it. And off the skates of Bourque. Leguan follows. Jones just over 14 minutes to this point of the game. And coming back on the D now is Stahlberg. I thought he was going to get called for dancing there for a moment.
Or hugging.
Yeah.
Is there a penalty for hugging? No.
Not officially.
Not officially. Okay. Not in the rule book.
Stahlberg jabs at it. Leguan comes over. Stahlberg gets it back. Stahlberg a shot. Mason was expecting it, and he stops it. 16:40 gone, second period. Predators out shooting Philadelphia 23-17. It's all even up.
Time for Coors Light Freeze Cam. Brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light Beer. And let's take a look at it now. Watch off to your, on the bottom of your screen. Cullen, the perfect pass across to Wilson. Wilson just goes to tip it, then he'll miss it. But there you have it, your Coors Light Freeze Cam of the night.
So Wilson had that chance right in front of Steve Mason. A 1-1 score. Face-off in the Philadelphia zone. Left side of Steve Mason. Coburn tried to pass the puck out. Stopped by Nystrom. Flipped it off the outside of the net. Nystrom in front, hoping for a chance. Net was tipped over, as we have a number of players arrayed in different areas of the ice right now.
Well, Pete, one of our keys tonight was net presence.
Yes.
And they've been banging the net around pretty good tonight at both ends.
Yeah,
the net's been taking a beating. Both these teams, bodies going to the net. So both goaltenders, Mason and Mazonitz. There you go. There's net presence for you. 1, 2, 3, 4 up against the net.
3:10 remaining in the period. Coburn takes it back out of the face-off circle. Put on the board by Ekholm. Flipped in then by Nystrom. Demon and Coburn, the defense pair. And almost got all the way around Gaustad. Now it does for Downey. Downey and Reed, as the puck is picked up very quickly by Marek Mazins. 17-12 gone in the period.
Marek Mazonitz, Pete, the youngster taking over the goaltending duties until Pecorine gets back. He gets healthy again, and the youngster doing a very good job of it, we might say, Pete.
To his left side, this faceoff. Put up the board. And back into Philadelphia territory. Grossman was first back to get after it. And Grossman has to quickly recover with Legwand pressuring him. Tipped by Wayne Simmons. On the right wing side, Stolberg is waiting for it. Backhands it out. Straight. Lost his center red. Flings it in. It went off to the Predators' defensive right side. Fisher there for Wilson. Blocked, but Fisher sends it straight ahead. Turning back around at center. Flipped in. As LeCavalier tried to get to it. Now down for Wilson. Couldn't get around Coburn. Got spun around. And there's going to be a penalty here for holding at 18:15. So yet another power play chance for Nashville coming up.
And Coach Lambert had just talked with Stu Grimson about this very fact, Pete.
This was Colin Wilson trying to break in.
Holding on it. So, yeah, I'd have to say you put the glom on him. So Braden Coburn spun him around. Taking it now, like Coach Lambert said, they have to take advantage of it, Pete. He says they got to get better looks on the power play than they've been having and make things happen. And like we said, right there, Colin Wilson kept his feet moving. He drew the penalty. Now the other half of that equation is make them pay for it.
Yep, capitalize. And the puck taken by Luke Schenn. There is Yossi, who's working the point with Seth Jones. Yossi carries. Now Jones pass, tipped across, Hornqvist. Legwand goes after it low. Hornqvist follows, and it got out behind the point man, Yossi. A minute 15 to go in the period, a minute 30 on the penalty. Yossi carrying. Here's Fisher down the side. Yossi goes behind the net again. As the puck comes bouncing out for Reed. Turning into a 2-on-1. Hornqvist hustling back. And nice play across by Seth Jones. Jones broke up the 2-on-1. So a good defensive performance while the Predators are on the power play. Legwand for Fisher, off this skate to Jones. Here's Yossi. Seth Jones, right side Legwand. Legwand sent back for Jones. Yossi now. The shot blocked away by Grossman.
I think right now, Pete, the Flyers penalty killers have had more good scoring chances than any other time on the ice for them.
I agree. The puck comes out high. Set back now for Seth Jones. He elects not to shoot. And that shot is broken up off the pads of the goaltender, Mason.
I can never figure out, Pete, why they think that a shot from the angle is better than a shot right down the middle.
Yeah. Now,
The guy right down the middle with the puck.
Here's a shot and a big rebound given up, but the Flyers get to it and clear it, and that's going to take care of the remainder of this second period. There will be a carryover into the second period on the power play, but the Predators and the Flyers go through a 0-0 second period. Shots on goal, Philadelphia had 8 on Mazanets for 19, and the Predators had 11 on Mason for a total of 24. Second intermission coming up in just a moment from Bridgestone Arena.
This Nashville Predators broadcast is brought to you by Bridgestone. Your journey, our passion. By Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. By Fifth Third Bank, official bank of the Nashville Predators and Bridgestone Arena. Member FDIC. And by your Middle Tennessee Toyota dealers.
Mike Fisher on the Predators bench. He had the Predators goal at 17:49 of the first. And in the penalty box, still at 15 seconds to serve on his penalty from late in the second, Braden Coburn as the Predators continue their 5th power play of the night. They've had 3 shots on it so far. And now here we are underway with the third period and a game tied at 1. Flip back now for Cullen as the puck chipped up on the glass, and that'll take care of the Predators on this power play. Out of the box comes Coburn. So Terry, you knew coming into this game as Cullen breaks in and trying to get it across, and a try by Craig Smith is blocked. Now gotten back on top of the circle by Smith and poked away from him, cleared out to center. What you knew was Shea Weber and Kevin Klein out of the lineup. Out of 120 minutes you have to populate during the course of a game with your defense positions, you had to make up 46 plus veteran minutes. Tall order.
Not a whole lot of veterans out there to make it up with.
No.
He totally lifted. Tonight, your charter high-speed shot of the night. Yep, it's Mr. Giroux. He walks into that one, Pete. He comes off the bench on a change. The puck is laying there. It's like you lob the softball in and they knock it out of the park. Well, that's what Mr. Giroux did on your charter high-speed shot tonight. Mr. Giroux hammered it home.
Getting his 4th of the year, and as it turns out, unassisted.
Yes. Which they had given 2 assists originally. And then somebody went to the video and said, I don't think so.
And it is the giving season, as you were pointing out. Braden Coburn back with the puck for Philadelphia. These two teams will play in Philadelphia on January 16th. Coburn has to wait. Now Voracek came back on side, tagging up. Now, it was Hartnell putting down Seth Jones. Stolberg. Nice pass there. Flip back left side. Yossi a shot. And that one is blocked out of play. You know we're going to flash back here, folks. We like to do that on occasion. And look at that man with the red afro.
Talk about Movember, Pete. There you have. Look at that one. You got the fro, you got the mustache, the guru Fred Shero, and all the boys. And we're going to have a 40th reunion this year, Pete, in 14.
Late January. Yeah.
January. They're going to bring all the guys back from the 74 team and have some fun. We all got to go to the induction for Fred Shero in the Hall of Fame,
which was way overdue, and too bad it had to happen posthumously for him. Quick shot is blocked and taking a backhanded swipe leg long. Piscula puts it behind the net.
I don't think we've seen a game, Pete, in a while that we've seen so much net presence at both ends and no goals out of it. Like both ways.
We have a whistle and interference. Is that interference he just signaled? Did Dean Morton?
I'm thinking. And Leggy looks like he feels.
And Ronaldo, I believe that is, slow to get up.
Interference.
So interference is indeed the call. And the Predators will go on the penalty kill for just the second time tonight.
So David Legwand in the corner. And it's sort of...
He got striked.
Yeah. The first one went... Stahlberg got cross-checked. Then Leggy behind Ronaldo. He cross-checks him. Or Coburn, I guess. And they picked on Leggy. So Leggy goes and sits by himself for a while.
Flyers on the power play. They're still trying to figure out how they didn't score in their first one. We'll show that highlight to you multiple times. Fanning on the puck was Hendricks. Here's Giroux. And right in front, they have Simmons trying to establish position. Kimmo Timonen walking the blue line. Throwing across wide of the net, Voracek. Timonen. Now Giroux will come down to the circle. Off the pipe! And the Predators get a big break there. Here's Timonen. So Voracek off the pipe. Mazanec is there without his goalie stick. Perhaps you can see it on the ice as the play comes over wide and back out to center, allowing Seth Jones to help his goalie pick up the stick. Well, I guess you can say the Flyers won't believe they didn't score in this power play either.
Again, Pete, setting up, getting the perfect shot.
A minute remaining on the Legwand penalty. Fisher is out with Nystrom. Here's Lecavalier. That one went in just a little wide of Braden Shen, who was hurt earlier in the game, and now he's back out there. 40 seconds remain. Strike gave it up down the left side as Reed, a right-hand shooting left winger, comes on. Lecavalier goes off to the half wall. But here, the puck sent back, and there is Shen. Straight. Shen goes to the front of the net. 15 seconds remaining on the power play. Cross ice, Reed. And try to get that right through the circle, but it is redirected. Braden Shen falls down, trying to come out of the corner, and the Predators manage to clear, and that will take care of the Flyers' power play. They did not get a shot on net.
And that's because, people, the post does not count as a shot on net.
Thank you.
So before you start yelling at my partner Pete saying they did, he's right.
They got a shot at net.
At net.
As we have the icing call, let's take a look at that and listen carefully. Turn up the volume, as a matter of fact. Marek Mazanec. That was just a beautiful tone that he heard there on that.
Yeah, for him. And Simmons, Pete, he almost had an open net to put it in when it came back off the post. And they're sitting,
shaking their heads.
They're sitting on the bench looking up at the big Megatron, which all the teams do, by the way, now.
Oh, yeah.
And Drew looks at Simmons, ooh, how close was that?
And it's not just this sport where they look up at the scoreboard. Witness Steelers coach Dave Tomlin the other night when he was out on the field to play. And there's a shot by Couturier deflected wide off the Predators' stick. Hendricks. Roman Josi. Knocked down at the line by Mazzaros. I'm sorry, Mike Tomlin, not Dave, the former left-handed pitcher, as the puck is chipped out. Timonen. Challenge there and trying to get the puck out of the corner as Cullen was going to the front. Braden Coburn, 4:47 has been played in the third period as Couturier dumps it in the Nashville end. Victor Bartley, team tonight with Ryan Ellis. Ellis to center, angled over right wing. Coming on, getting it is Wilson. His backhander and his score! Colin Wilson breaking into the right wing. And the Predators cash in at even strength at 5:05 for a 2-1 lead.
And of all the chances, Pete, we've had for scoring chances here this evening, this one is just sort of one of the weird ones. Colin Wilson comes down off the right side on the rush, and he just outraces the player for it, breaks in, and just, it's not a hard shot, but it's a quick backhand, and he catches Mason moving from right to left with the pads open, and Wilson just slides it through. So of all the cannons we've had, the posts we've had, the open nets we've had, Colin Wilson finally finds a way to make it happen, Pete, by just sliding one through the 5-hole on a backhand off the right wing. And the big key to that was Wilson getting position on the Flyer defenseman.
Yes. And taking the shot because it was a 2-on-1.
And nowhere to go.
Right.
And never a bad play.
There's Simmons with a shot. May have ticked off the side of the net. Predators lead 2-1. Wilson with his fourth at 5:05. Here's Bourque with a shot and a glove save by Mason as Legwand stands by. Let's examine the go-ahead goal yet again.
So Colin Wilson, Pete, doing a nice job of building the wall, getting through. He has Fisher off to his left. And Mason might have been paying a little bit of attention to Fisher, thinking that Wilson might slide that puck across. So might have been cheating a bit. And before he realized that it wasn't going to go to Fisher, and he started moving back from his right to his left, Wilson caught him with the pads open.
Puck is stolen down low. Comes back for Ekholm. Directs it to the corner. Craig Smith working out against Couturier. Blocks Balling. Comes back now for Piscotty. Out of the trapezoid. Lucien. Picked up left side. Bourque and Ellis with the assist on Wilson's fourth of the year at 5:05 on the clock in the third. Tipped into the Flyers zone. Mazaros off to the right with it. Set in. Voracek skates into it. Hart on the other side. And that one goes wide of Mazanets. And picked back up at center. Flipped into the zone for Hartnell. His shot blockered away. Rebound too hot for Voracek. Take it out. Here's Colin Wilson. Kimon Otiman puts the puck on the wall. To center. Trapped there, Hornqvist. Predators get back on side. Seth Jones returns it to Roman Josi. And Roman Josi, all of 23 years of age, this morning was joking, I guess I'll have to help all these youngsters out on D tonight. And offside at the Nashville blue line. 6:57 gone in the third. Ronaldo struggles back up to his skate. Colin Wilson celebrating his fourth of the year, the go-ahead goal.
One of my favorites of the night, Timberland hard hit highlight tonight, beat by the pros. Ouch! Look at the Broad Street Bullies are in rare form tonight. Coming south to take it out on their Southern brethren on his feet. So going to the boards, going to the body. There you have your Timberland hard hits of the night. I used to hate when I was on them on the receiving end of them. You know what I mean?
Well, it could not have been enjoyable, no.
I used to tell them, you don't have to put me on the Timberland hard hits tonight. You know that, eh? It's not necessary. It hurts.
Puck off the end board. Now Simmons to the point. Mazaros wrists one on, and that's absorbed by Mazanets. So at this point, and Seth Jones not on the ice right now, he's played over 20 minutes. Roman Josi, 22:01. Just as I say they're not on the ice, here they come with 12:45 to go in regulation. And a help in the way that the Predators don't play a game again until Tuesday night.
Yeah, but Jones is a veteran tonight. He has, this will be his 27th NHL game. You know that, eh? Come on.
Off the left board, Voracek. Fisher sticks with him. Voracek whiffed as he turned toward the net. Hornqvist coming out. Tiemann put it on the left board and picked up, taken in Giroux. Giroux with the Flyer goal. His shot deflected. Hartnell tried to put it down in front. Here come the Predators up ice. 3-on-2. Now 4-on-3. Fisher down low for Hornqvist. Left it for Colin Wilson, who scored the go-ahead goal moments ago. Voracek turns. Fisher for Wilson. Coburn on his back. Fisher has to retrieve his stick after dropping it on the left side wall. Wilson gets involved. Hornqvist is there also. And the Flyers are able to break out. as the Predators had 2 men in that area of the puck. Seth Jones comes over, and Scott Hartnell, folks, you've seen that before. He's gone down wildly to the ice. Matter of fact, he has on his Twitter account, he is Hartnell down.
And every time he goes down, he contributes money to
A charity, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
To the corner. Then behind the net, Streit puts it over for the Cavalier, who then reverses. Ellis from the point, and deflected right in front. Good response there by Steve Mason, as the Predators had net presence again.
There's net presence, one of our keys, Pete, but Ellis, and he gets that shot away from the point quickly, Pete, and he has got a good shot, whether it's a slap or a wrist. He just wrists this one. It's right through on net, and right in front, number 26, Hendricks, doing a great job of net presence. Mason doing a better job of net presence.
The most important job.
Yeah, he got the glove up, caught it.
Here's Cullen with a backhander. Puck loose for just a moment, and Mason did the most important job again for Philadelphia.
Making that save. He looked over his shoulder just to make sure that you did have it on the quick one. Right off the face-off. It's just a quick shot bingo, and Mason right there. Oh, wisely looked at it because it did get loose in the crease.
Puck shoveled. Cullen finds it with Couturier on his back. Downey tried to clear. Quick shot. Stick save Mason. Cross ice comes the pass. Curling back Mazaros. Luke Schenn stopped in the trapezoid, and Ekholm got back there just ahead of Matt Reed.
That's the one area, Pete, I keep talking about. And the answer was on it. When he goes behind that net to get that puck, he's got to get it. There's no maybes. He can't let that get into the pizza where he can't play it.
There's Downey with his shot, and that popped up and out of play. 9:33 gone in the third. Predators up by a goal.
Hey, now it's time for the Hunt Brothers Pizza Save of the Week. And do we have deals for you? It's the Nashville Predators Gold Friday sale, and it's still going on. You get up to 50% off the select Bridgestone Arena suites, events, and Nashville Predators tickets and merchandise. For more information, call 615-770-7800 or visit NashvillePredators.com. Hurry! The sale ends tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Now, Pete and I had our way, we would extend it for you, but we can't.
But, hey, for those of you in the neighborhood, come on down to 501 Broadway.
Up to 50% off.
Seth Jones gets the puck, comes out with it. Overskated by Fisher. Held in, at least momentarily, by Hornqvist. Streit struggles to get it out. Now left up to Grossman. And a strange bounce off the glass support. Yossi and Seth Jones back together on the ice. And Peru got a stick down and tipped that one up and out of play. 10:05 gone. Third period. Predators leading this one on Colin Wilson's fourth of the year at 5:05 of the third.
Welcome back into Bridgestone Arena. Preds fans want to highlight an area where the Preds have really done themselves a huge favor here tonight, in spite of the fact that the Flyers have been rather lackluster through the first quarter of this season. They do possess one weapon in their arsenal. You got to peel back the layers to find it, though. Overall, their power play is 22nd in the league at 15.6%. And here's where we peel back the layers. On the road, third best power play in the league, 24.3%. And here's the point. The one thing the Preds have done well is leave that power play on the bench. Best way to neutralize a power play, Pete and Terry, don't take a minor penalty. Only 2 on the night for the Predators through 2.5 periods of hockey.
And some close calls on both those power plays, Terry.
Oh, yes, Pete.
Well, yeah, no question the best solution is don't take any penalties.
I wonder, Pete, if one day you and I'll get our way and they'll do the penalty killing and the power play according to minutes.
All by minutes.
Yeah, rather than the stats that we throw out there that really, really don't tally up to what's happened.
Now, tonight, nothing is interrupted in any of the power plays. So the Predators have had 10 minutes with the man advantage, and the Flyers have had 4. Craig Berube, who took over after 3 games, And his club has performed very well the last 10-plus games.
And like I said earlier, Pete, 3,149 penalty minutes in his 17-year career in the NHL. He's 7th in the NHL history in penalties.
Played on one of the best playoff lines I ever saw. Washington Capitals, 1998. The center was Dale Hunter. His fellow winger was Chris Simon.
Wow.
Talk about putting the pressure on
I'm going to tell you
physically.
one thing, Pete. If I play against them, every time I'm over the boards, I say, please don't put them over against me. Please. I'll buy you a hot dog, coach, if you take them off.
Absolutely.
Three big boys, Pete, out there. Wow.
Here's LeCavalier. Bounced off his stick. Leg wand. Jabbed away from him by Coburn. Delayed offside on Philadelphia.
Offside.
You can hear the linesman try to be very clear about that. Derek Amell. Simmons pass off a Nashville skate. Backhanded in. Ellis and Simmons. Then up the board right side. Sent ahead by Fisher. Here goes Hornqvist in after it. And that was a pretty close race to call so emphatically. Don't you think, Terry?
Yeah, it was close, Pete. And it's a new one they're trying, the hybrid. And Hornqvist going to the wheels on it, Pete. And you know what? It's a pretty good heat on that one. Dead heat.
Absolutely. I mean,
and Hornqvist beat him because he kept the legs moving, and the Flyer player started to go. So Hornqvist had a legitimate hands in the air saying, ref, I think I beat him to it, Yeah, from the dot in. Because what we're telling you people is usually by the time the dot,
yes,
the players get to the dot, that's when the linesmen have to make up their mind on the hybrid call. Who could get there first? Defending player, attacking player.
Yeah. Up to center ice. Here is Hornqvist. Off the board, taken in by Fisher. Colin Wilson. There into Mark Streit. Trying to come back out with it. Fisher put it across in front. Hornqvist couldn't get the stick down on it. To the blue line. Seth Jones shot deflected wide. Claude Giroux onto the boards for Voracek. Long pass taken by Scott Hartnell. Sends in now Claude Giroux, and his shot tipped up off the stick of Roman Josi, out of play.
All right, it's time for your Bridgestone moment of the game, brought to you well by Bridgestone. Let's take a look at it. Colin Wilson outraces the big guy Voracek for it, comes down off the right wing and says, listen, open up the 5-hole, I'll put it in there. And that right now is the leading goal, 2-1. So Colin Wilson gives us our Bridgestone performance moment of the night. Bridgestone, your journey, our passion. As my partner so capably tells you all.
Couturier in on the draw, pulled back by Paul Gostad. The Flyers have done a pretty good job on the faceoff dot tonight. They've nullified what ordinarily is a Nashville advantage.
And not many teams do that.
No. And it's not all the guys going in to take the faceoff, but it's how they get supported by their wingers and D-men.
Isn't it, though? That's, a lot of times you'll actually win the faceoff, but the other team's wingers or defensemen get to the puck ahead of it.
Tonight,
because your guys are sleeping.
Right. Tonight, Philadelphia winning 56% of the draws. That's normally right in Predator conversion. Right there in that range. Couturier down to the corner. Downey drops it. Here's Mazzaros. And the puck and the score tied up here at 13:07 as the Flyers got it right in front. So it's tied at 2, folks.
And that was one wide open net, Pete, that they were not missing on that one. And making sure of that. Couturier, Pete. And the puck just simply, they go down around it. And he just hangs on. A little pass.
Mazzaros spinning after taking the feed.
And I don't know where everybody went. Like, everybody went to the bathroom. And the only guy in front of the net was number 14, Couturier. And you talk about net presence.
Yes.
That was total lack of net presence by Nashville. Not one person in that area.
So Couturier ties it up, his third from Mazzaros and Downey. at 13:07. Yes, wide open net. Now fed in front. LeCavalier wanted the wraparound, and this pass ends up going behind Wayne Simmons. Trying to muscle his way out front. LeCavalier. That puck was stopped by Marek Mazanets and swatted back to center ice. Stolberg comes back in after it. Picked up now by Wilson. Wilson flips it back. Seth Jones the shot. Blocked in front. Rebound try for Wilson. Fans on it. And taken away on the left wing as the Flyers cleared off the boards back to center. Yossi's pass tipped inside the Flyer line. Braden Coburn with it. A tied hockey game. 5:50 remaining in the third. Banged down to the corner for Voracek. Jousting there with Jones. Taken back away again. And out to the point where Grossman puts it down for Voracek. Right in front. Deflects away by Seth Jones. Kept in, however, by Streit. And a pass. Deflects off a Predator stick. Taken out by Hornqvist. Hornqvist across the line. Sweeps one right on. Seth Jones to the rebound for Hornqvist. He has Fisher off in the corner. Yossi. As Nystrom comes down to the right wing corner on the line change. Nystrom trying to keep the puck down low against the wall. Hornqvist pries it out. Fisher for Nystrom. Nystrom shot deflected away. Battling down for the puck. Hornqvist. Nystrom. And the puck pulled away and taken out by the Philadelphia Flyers. Luke Schenn thinking wraparound, trying to put it back in front was Hartnell. Here's Downey. Downey put it in front, bounced back. Mazzaros missed the net. Nystrom tried to clear it. It is Hartnell behind the net, now with Paul Gostad flipping the puck up into the netting. And that will stop the clock with 4:25 remaining in regulation time. And it will put the Flyers on the power play when we return for clearing the puck out of play.
We talked about net presence. Look at here. Two guys have Couturier covered. No problem, right? Watch this. He just drifts away. Both of them leave him all alone. And then just Mazzaro just comes out of it and says, whoa, you guys don't want to cover him. I'll give it to him. And just simple lack of communication. No head on a swivel. No. And Couturier says, thank you very much. I'll just stand here all alone.
So now the Flyers on the power play and a tie score. Time winding down. Nothing of their previous two. Trying to work it around from behind the net. Simmons for Giroux. Timonen couldn't control it fully, and it's tapped out of there. Timonen gets back before Fisher could have a break.
And we said earlier, Pete, about this power play, Philadelphia. They've scored a goal in their last 6 road games.
Yes.
And this is a road game for them, just to bring it up.
Yeah, just to get the facts down.
And they scored a power play goal in 8 of their last 9 games, so they do some damage on it also.
Hartnell back for Giroux. And offside on the pass to Voracek. 3:40 left in regulation. 1:15 on the penalty. So what the Predators have done of late too, Terry, pretty impressive.
Yes, it is. Killed 22 straight penalties. Touch wood while I'm saying this. Dating back to the Pittsburgh game. So it's the power play of Philadelphia versus the strong penalty kill of the Nashville Predators. And a timeout has been called.
Flyers take that with 75 seconds left on the power play. And a game tied at 2.
Coach Berube wants his guns rested. Only 3:40 left. He says, okay. We have another 1:15 left in the power play. Let's give the boys a rest. Just a little refresher on what we're doing. And go after them again.
What they have done tonight mostly is just ice one power play unit. And that's what they want to keep out there again. They did have a second power play unit on, but not for that long. Back in the Nashville zone, Seth Jones, who also got a breather there. Puck taken in now. Room created by Spaulding. And his backhander deflects off Mason. Big rebound now. Simmons heads to the net. Here's Hartnell. Around the wall for Giroux. Setting up, Kimmo Timonen, return to Giroux. 50 seconds left. Tie score. We're on the power play we're talking about. Just over 3 minutes in regulation time. Giroux took it from Simmons. Here's Timonen. And now right in front for Hartnell that tipped it high. Here's Voracek for Timonen. Quick wrister goes wide stick side of Merritt Mazanec. Hartnell picks up the puck. Tries to slide one through, but that's deflected out of play. 23 seconds left on the penalty. 2:48 in the third period, and this game is even at 2. So now the Flyers will bring out a second power play unit. Downey, Lecavalier, and Braden Shen.
Pete, he has on his mask M-A-Z, Mazanec, Maz.
Yeah.
Now, we had Yaz in baseball, who was who?
Carl Yastrzemski.
We had Taz in hockey earlier, who was?
The Tasmanian Devil, Terry O'Reilly.
From the Boston. Would everybody be mad if we started to call him the Maz?
No, if they'd understand,
Would
I
they be
think.
irritated at us?
And the puck is cleared down just wide of the Philadelphia goal.
Just thinking about that. Make life easier.
It certainly would. It certainly would.
Maybe you'll get some Twitters to you, Pete, telling you can do that.
You might get some too, Zim. The pass goes behind Downey. And now the power play is over. Gaustad comes back out of the box. Cutting through center ice. Puck taken into the zone. Trying to build a wall. Nystrom lost his balance. Spinning there is Gaustad and firing it wide. No shots on net for the Flyers. On that power, or one shot on that power play. Coming up now, 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Game even at 2. And Mazanec decides to cover up. And not a bad idea.
And there was no doubt in his mind, Pete, that he was going to cover that puck up.
Yeah.
Into the crouch. Hands on it, said, no, no, no. So, Pete, for the scoreboard reading 2-2, it certainly has not been from lack of scoring chances by both teams. No. Both these clubs have had some good scoring chances. And we will give both goaltenders credit for making the saves when they made them. Mason at one end, Mazanec at the other.
Puck held in. There's a shot by Grossman, just deflects wide. Coming out with it. Turning back around Raffle to put the puck right on the stick of Cullen. Back up the left wing side. Bounced off Reed. Ellis. He put it up on the board. Raffle blocked it. Ellis gets it back. Now Cullen is able to clear it out. With 1:22 to go, the Predators get a change. Kimmo Timonen from the Philadelphia line. Tipped by Voracek behind the Nashville goal. Predators pick it up. And passed out in front. And Fanning on a try down in front. Philadelphia Flyers had another great chance. And that was Voracek. Now under a minute to play in regulation. Scott Hartnell puts it down to the right of the Nashville net. Mazanec was out. Did not clear it. Colin Wilson takes the puck off Hartnell's stick. Rolls it down low. Colburn up the board. Tipped and not out. Hartnell goes down again. Lost his stick too. 33 seconds to go. Seth Jones carries in. Jones put it out in front. And the try by Legwand is blocked by Mason. Here's a try by Wilson. Rebound left in front. Couturier takes it for Philadelphia. On the boards, and it's zipped over Downey. Predators go back, and icing is called against the Flyers. The face-off will be in the Philadelphia zone.
So Seth Jones doing his best, Pete, to win this hockey game. He takes it coast to coast down the right side, hangs on, makes the break, builds the wall, throws it out in front, and coming through the slot, David Legwand gets the shot. Mason to the rescue, but again saying, hey, this game is coming to the dying seconds. Let's take a run. Jones does, along with Legwand.
Jones a blast that I don't think Mason really saw. 10 seconds remain in regulation. Stallberg for Legwand. Legwand behind the net thinking wraparound. Poked away from him. 2 seconds remain. Seth Jones for Stallberg, and we're going to overtime. Okay, folks. We're going to take a 30-second timeout here and then come back with a maximum of 5 minutes. Sudden decision overtime. The game tied at 2. How did we get to this point? Going to a maximum 5-minute sudden decision overtime tied at 2. Let's go back in time for you.
In the first period, Giroux makes it 1-0 for the Flyers coming off the bench and hammers a cannon. And less than a minute later, Pete, Fisher and Hornquist combine from forechecking pass to Fisher. The quick shot, that ties it up at 1. At the end of the first, that's how it remains.
Nothing in the second. We move to the third.
And Wilson gives his team, the Predators, a 2-1 lead in off of the right wing. A little shuffle shot between the 5-hole, and it's 2-1. And then back come the Flyers, Pete, and they tied up 2-2. It's Couturier from Mazeros, and Couturier was the Maytag man all alone in front of Mazonitz, and makes no mistake.
In a 60-minute game, Roman Josi's established his single-game season high, 28 minutes, 53 seconds, breaking by a minute, 14 seconds his previous high. So now to skate 4-on-4 in the overtime period as the Predators begin with Fisher and Hornquist, Josi and Jones. Giroux and Voracek out up front for Philadelphia, backed by Timonen and Coburn. Josi carries, and he's done a lot of that tonight. He comes down the middle. Spins on the right half wall for Seth Jones. It bounced off his stick back to center ice. 30 seconds off the clock in this maximum 5-minute period. Now taking advantage of the little hesitation here, Predators change up. Smith comes in. Spun on the right board by Cullen. Ellis is out with Bartley. And the Flyers have Lecavalier trying to force them back, and he succeeds there. Lecavalier, Braden Shen. Cullen with a shot off the end board to the corner. Strike comes over. Grossman out there on defense as well for the Flyers. A minute 10 has been played. In for Nashville on the forecheck, Nick Spaulding. Spaulding and Legwand out there together. Still Bartley and Ellis. Pass goes behind the Flyer forward, Lecavalier. And the pass tipped away from Legwand and sent out for Lecavalier. Lecavalier comes on, and that shot missing the net. Seth Jones carries for Nashville. Seth goes left side with it. Fort tried to put it low. Jones inching down that wall, keeping the puck in play. Roman Josi for Bort. Bort loses the stick and goes back to the Nashville bench. Legwand follows him. Flyers trying to see if they can catch the Predators on a change. Here's Couturier, and his shot deflects off the stick of Josi. Couturier, Braden Coburn down low. Puck is fed out right wing side. Flipped in by Wilson. Wilson holds up right board. Coming on late, Ellis blasts one. Fisher can't get to the rebound. Here's Wilson off the pipe. Colin Wilson off the pipe at 2:31. What a great chance there. Here's Bartley a try. Stick save made by Mason. Ellis forces it down low. Picked up right side. Coburn forcing it out. Now Reed with the pass. And the play broken up. Comes back for Ellis. Ellis trying to stay away from Simmons. Simmons on out there. He was out with Giroux. Perhaps a minute 47 remaining in the 5-minute overtime. Here's Seth Jones breaking in. Jones a backhander, and Mason will hold on. After 3 minutes and 20 seconds of the overtime, still no decision.
And just before that one, Pete, Jones still trying to make it happen out there. Colin Wilson doing his best. He walks in and just hammers one right off the post. Bingo, here it comes. Mason misses, but the post saves him on it. So Wilson almost giving his team the victory in overtime.
Zaros for strike. There's Legwand. Could not get through a couple of high arms there. Here's Reed, and he pulls the trigger, but misses the net. Reed goes back for it. Here's Timonen. The shot into traffic, knocked down in front off Seth Jones. Predators change up the D. Perhaps a minute left now in the overtime. Here's Hornqvist. Dropping it back. Looking for a play. Spinning is Ellis. He has Legwand on the offside. Up on the left wing. Couturier. Predators coming back 2-on-2. Couturier tried a little toe drag. Lost the puck. Poked away from Shen. Out to center. And now a breakaway. Moving in on Mason. The shot. Mason the stop on Colin Wilson. Boy, Colin Wilson, 2 high-grade chances here in the overtime. And there's a shot absorbed by Merrick Mazanets. And he holds on.
Oh, man, Pete, from one end to the other, the action just didn't stop. Mazanets had just made a great save, and Wilson gets the breakaway, pokes it, come down. Steve Mason to the rescue of his teammates on this one, and Wilson tried the same deke he tried that got him the goal, Pete.
Might as well.
Open him up, 5-hole, Mason stays with him with the left pad, throws it out there. But Colin Wilson, first the post in overtime, and then the breakaway in overtime.
Predators breaking up, seeing if they get another chance here before we have to go to a shootout. Fisher has Gostad. Gostad tried to flip it out in front. Flyers break up the play and come out. Hartnell will flip it in. And folks, I hope you're ready for a shootout because here we go. In the overtime period, the Predators had 3 shots. The Flyers had 1. So for the 65 minutes, it's 36-24, the shots on goal.
Overtime, excitement galore, certainly on this one. Wilson supplying most of it. Early in the overtime, Pete, he winds one right off the post that would have ended it. Not good enough, and then he gets a breakaway, Pete, with about 30 seconds on the clock. And Mason to the rescue. So Colin Wilson doing his best to end this game in overtime. But having said that, Pete, we now go into a shootout.
So the Flyers are 0 for 1 in shootouts. The Predators are 0 for 2. Predators' last shootout was that game in Phoenix on Halloween night. So it's going to be Smith, Hendricks, and Cullen for Nashville, at least, to begin the shootout. I don't know if anybody saw the shootout last night between Dallas and Chicago, but what, they went 11 shooters aside.
Hard to believe, Pete, Chicago went into 11 shooters, man.
Absolutely unbelievable. So there you have it. LeCavalier, Giroux, and Couturier for Philadelphia. And of those, Giroux was the only one to have scored in a shootout this year. So they take the dry scrape of the ice. And now the goalies can get set. So Craig Smith will go first. He is the last Predator to score on a shootout chance. And that against Chicago last season. There you see his career, 5 of 13. So this is where it will all be decided. Predators know they have a point out of this game. Now they're going for the extra one. Mason comes out. Smith dekes, and Mason got a piece of it.
The old forehand, backhand trick, Pete. Mason didn't go for it.
Now Vinny Lecavalier. 12 out of 50 for his career, which began, well, the shootout, of course, didn't begin until 2005. Lecavalier very deliberate, and then he's able to score. So the Philadelphia Flyers take a 1-0 lead. It's a round of 3. Let's take a look at this move, Terry.
And Lecavalier come in, Pete, nicely, slow, speed it up. Throws the goaltender, went to his forehand, nice up shot, up and over.
Matt Hendricks with his first attempt for Nashville. Breaking in, and Mason's sprawling across to stop it.
And I got to tell you, Hendricks made a nice move, Pete. He
Yes,
had
he
him
did.
down and out. And again, as so many times we see in a shootout, the guys get the goalie down. What Matt Hendricks, he makes a nice move, puts him down. He just get it in the air, it's in. Just had to get it in the air.
Now Giroux could end it here for Philadelphia because the Predators have only one shooter left. Giroux coming on and really didn't, he got in too deep.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Drew knew what he was going to do and hadn't made his mind up yet, Pete, but is almost by the net before he decided, you know, I better do something real quick because the red line's coming up and I can't go backwards.
Now it's up to Matt Cullen to tie it up. Or else, again, it's all over in Philadelphia's favor. This is Cullen's third attempt for the Predators. Puts on the brakes. Misses. Flyers take the game. So in a shootout, Philadelphia will prevail and take this one 3-2 as they start a 6-game road trip. Predators 13-11-3. The Flyers come back to 500 at 12-2-2 as Cullen misses that. So under Craig Berube, the Flyers are now 11-9-2 after starting out the year 0-3. 3-2 our final score. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few moments' time with Predators Live to wrap this one up. A 3-2 shootout victory for Philadelphia.